What if the fear of death isn't just a fear, but the very thing holding you back from living fully? Should you YOLO your way through life, ignoring its inevitable end? Or should you explore healthier ways to understand and prepare for death? Warning, if you view death as a discomforting topic, this video might not be for you. But if you're ready to confront the inevitable from death, then join us as we delve into the Stoic philosophy, a perspective that doesn't shy away from death, but instead embraces it as a path to truly appreciating life. Welcome to Ancient Wisdom.
Number 1. Apatheia or indifference to death.
Let's begin with one of the Stoics' most profound beliefs about death, apatheia or indifference to death. Stoics see death as neither good nor bad, but merely a fact of existence. To them, achieving apatheia, a state of indifference free from destructive passions and emotional disturbances, is the mark of true wisdom. Stoics considered this a quality of the sage, the ideal Stoic. Does this mean one must discard their emotions such as fear or anxiety around death? Not exactly. To Stoics, it is not about discarding emotions altogether, but rather the cultivation of rational control over them. Consider the teachings from Epictetus. Epictetus believed that death was a natural separation and a teacher, not a monster. He thought that people should embrace the inevitability of death to gain clarity and shed fear. He also taught his students to view death as part of the day and to not fear it. Epictetus famously said, "I cannot escape death, but at least I can escape the fear of it." All this sounds very simple, yet it clearly isn't so in practice. In fact, the fear of death is very real and normal for most people. Extreme cases of just such a fear even has a clinical name, thanatophobia, an extreme fear of death or the dying process. If you're experiencing an extreme fear of death, you should seek help from a healthcare provider or therapist. But some level of anxiety should be considered normal, for that is how humans are evolutionarily wired. So if we are naturally wired to fear death, perhaps a better approach would be to see it as a reminder, something that will help us reframe how we see life.
Number 2. Memento Mori.
What do the following celebrities have in common? Can you guess? They all have Memento Mori tattoos, a phrase in Latin that translates to, "Remember you must die." This powerful phrase serves as a sobering yet inspiring reminder of mortality. It encourages us to live life to the fullest and to view death not as something to fear, but as a prompt to cherish the precious time we have on this earth. Living each day as if it were your last doesn't mean indulging in reckless behavior or adopting the YOLO mindset often celebrated in youth pop culture. Instead, it's about treating time as a precious gift that should not be wasted on trivial pursuits. When we focus on what truly matters, we can live intentionally and ensure that we don't let life simply pass us by. These Stoic lessons shift the focus from fearing death to living well. As David Fideler eloquently stated in a 2021 article, a Stoic wants to live well, and living well means dying well too. A Stoic lives well through having a good character, and death is the final test of it. While every death will be a bit different, the Roman Stoics believed that a good death would be characterized by mental tranquility, a lack of complaining, and gratitude for the life we've been given. In other words, as the final act of living, a good death is characterized by acceptance and gratitude.
Number 3. Amor Fati. Love of fate.
Another key Stoic concept that reshapes how we view death is Amor Fati, or love of fate. This philosophy urges us not just to accept what happens to us, including death, but to embrace it fully as a necessary and even beautiful part of life. To the Stoics, Amor Fati is about finding meaning and purpose in every twist of fate, including our mortality. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, often reminded himself to greet every event, good or bad, as part of the natural order. He wrote, "Accept whatever comes to you woven in the pattern of your destiny, for what could more aptly fit your needs?" This attitude extends to death, the ultimate inevitability. Instead of seeing death as an external force robbing us of life, Amor Fati teaches us to view it as an integral chapter of existence. It is neither a punishment nor a failure, but a completion of the cycle that began with birth. By practicing Amor Fati, we can cultivate gratitude for the entirety of our lives, even the parts that seem painful or frightening. Death in this light is not something to resist, but something to embrace as the natural conclusion of our story.
Conclusion. Living life with death in mind.
In conclusion, Stoic philosophy doesn't deny the reality of death. Instead, it places it at the center of a life well lived. Whether through cultivating apatheia to achieve emotional resilience, embracing the Memento Mori mindset to cherish each day, or practicing Amor Fati to love our fate, the Stoics offer practical wisdom for confronting mortality with courage and clarity. By accepting the inevitability of death, we free ourselves from its paralyzing grip and open the door to a fuller, richer experience of life. As the Roman Stoics believed, a good life leads to a good death, one characterized by peace, gratitude, and acceptance. So let us take a page from the Stoics and learn to see death not as an end, but as a guide. A reminder to live intentionally, to cherish what truly matters, and to face each day with purpose. For in confronting death, we may finally discover how to truly embrace life.